Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pro-Am Tabletop. I know it's been a while since the last post, even though there's only been one post, but started back in college. It's been a while, and I guess it's the end of January, and just trying to figure out what this semester is gonna feel like. So hopefully I'll be able to post some more stuff. You know, just doing this for fun, just partially as well. When I paint these things, I can look back on it and remember how I did it. But for today's video, as the title will tell, we are actually working on some Chaos Space Marines, which the lighting's terrible, you can't see it right now, but I decided to go with the Night Lords theme, which I'll show you real quick under the camera. It's a little bit better lighting, so but let's transition. Take number 3, because the auto focusing was just going back and forth. But guys, so here I decided to do the Night Lords, but I really like just the kind of colors and whatnot to it. Guys, I am newer to 40K. I've only been playing for a little over maybe 6 months, and like literally a handful of games. Maybe closer to a year, but a handful of games. I know very little about the lore. Heck, I just figured out, I believe literally yesterday, that orcs were made of spores and stuff, that they are like mushroom people. Didn't know that, but that was pretty interesting. But so I decided to go with this lighter blue. As you can see, there's a pretty good transition, as you can look at that shoulder pad from dark to lighter on the blue, trying to give it some, you know, shading effect as well as I can. And I'll bring another one, so like you can see it big time on the spider, how it's kind of darker and it gets a lot lighter on this back end. So I think that looks pretty good, but I'll show you the colors I used were deep blue, and I went and hit deep blue even on the bottom parts, even to just get a slight blue color, like on this this panel, armor panel. And so I hit it with the deep blue, and then I, you know, hit it above with a couple more layers, give it a little bit lighter, you know, coloring. And then I went with 1,000 Suns blue, and then hit it from the top a little bit harder. So, you know, try to just hit the panels where, you know, the panels are going. But so I decided to start off with the skin here, and so I decided to go with, oh man, you can't really see that. So I decided to go with Bugman's Glow. And this is just to first get the real basic layer. Is the first thing we're doing here. And with this, the reason, let's get it a little wet. It dried while I was setting things up. So we're first doing this first layer to make sure everything gets a nice skin complexion. But with them being like vampires, basically, with the Night Lords, I want their skin to be real pasty, like vampires. But with vampires, I was looking at pictures because I was like, man, are they just really pasty and that's all it is? Or is, you know, there's some underlying color to them? Or I started researching. You know, maybe there's a slight blue to them or something, I don't know. But so I started researching, looking at pictures and stuff. And, you know, and it makes sense, but they have a slight pinkish red to them. And, you know, it kind of makes sense if the only thing they ever eat is blood. And they do have enough blood in their system. It's not like they're completely pasty white, so we're going to go ahead and hit them with this little Bugman's Glow because it gives them a slight red. Okay, guys, not going to lie. I hate this. So, yeah, I probably should have just painted them white and then put a real thin red wash on it. But you know, you live and you learn. So this is, I'm just gonna trust the process and then just keep putting more layers on. Like even this is way too, I don't know. So I'm gonna put all these other ones aside and just real focus on this guy and try and paint up his head well, I guess. Okay. So the realization I've come to is that the red is completely useless. At least for these two guys who are completely vampire dudes. I might even do a real thin blue wash on them actually now. Yeah, that makes me a little ticked off. That basically this... I spent a lot of time... Hold on. My fan's loud, so the audio is probably bad. But, you know, maybe slightly peeved the amount of time I spent trying to paint these. That bugbear's glow. Man, there's so much. And, you know, maybe for these little fleshy guys, it's not as bad, but... And these guys didn't take long to paint that bugman's glow, but it's like, man, this like... But, you know, these, I think just painting pure white would have been the way to go. And then I might do a blue wash instead. A little irritating. But that is part of the journey. Okay, guys. So it's the next day after this whole catastrophe. With all of this. Just mistake after mistake, honestly. So I did some researching, and I did some asking around. I happened to come across this channel on Instagram called sdk.minis, who he happens to be doing a Night Lord's army himself, and it turned out great. So I asked him, he gave me some advice. So we're going to be starting off with Raycar Flesh, at least fixing. We're going to first start off with the dudes and see how that gets there. But I only got a couple hours till class, so we'll see what I can manage to get done, and then go from there. So a lot of wasted hours so far, but it's a learning process, a learning curve, and that's okay. That's okay. So I might have to go and get a wash though. I need a purple wash. So we'll see though. We'll see. We'll see. Dang it. I still don't know what to do with these guys though. I don't know what to do with the obliterators. If I should do a fleshy look or if I should just do the same skin color. And then it's like, do I do the same skin color for the actual muscle groups and the legs and then fleshy for this bits, or I don't know. So here is the current update on my Night Hunt, or wrong army, the Night Lords. I decided to start over. I started with the Raycar Flesh, like I was telling y'all, and I put a couple of real thin layers over those, and you can kind of see them there. But then I went in with this mummy robes. Because I didn't have pallid witch flesh, I kind of combined the two, basically 1-to-1 ratio, and then I thinned it down quite a bit, and that's what gave these lighter highlights, as y'all can see, because you can kind of see on the side where it changes. And that's what I've done so far with these guys. So I'm going to do the skin the same. The claw I'm going to do a little bit different, and maybe like this flesh on the back, I might make it more pinkish. I'm not sure yet, so rather than like a blue. And here, same with this. Actually, I'll probably do the same color, but these claws make them a little different. You can see I kind of already highlighted. That way when I put the wash on there, it'll peek it through. So that's where I'm at right now. I still haven't done anything with these guys, so I've just been pushing those off, so we'll see. So I'm putting this in the recesses, this Magnus purple that's been thinned down quite a bit, just down in the recesses. And then as you can see on this Greater Possessed, I'm putting it basically in the recesses for each of the muscle group, trying to give each one more definition. And this gives this like almost bruised look to the skin itself. And so I'm putting it there, and then I'm also putting it kind of on the bottom of the arms and where the natural shading would go. So at this point, I kind of finished up that step, and I completely forgot about the camera. I started to paint these Greater Possessed like crab claw things, and I was using a Crusted Sore by Army Painter. And I'm basically taking that paint and the paint of the skin, and I'm combining those two, doing a wet blend and just kind of working my gradient all the way through. So you can kind of see here, and I just didn't think that the point it was dark enough, and so I mixed that Crusted Sore with some black, and I made that tip there just a little bit darker, and it came out as a really neat little transition there, and I'm actually really happy with it. This skin color, for these, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Obviously there's still like bones and stuff that I've gotta paint up, and teeth and eyes and whatnot, but I mean, I think it's actually starting to kind of come along and look good. I just really want this to dry before I move on. So here it is with that watered down flush shade. As you all can, there you go. As you can see, you can definitely see the muscle groups. Looks like a lot of bruising and everything. I haven't done nails, just really working. I haven't done other bones, haven't done the teeth. Claws, I think I'm gonna do a black wash though. Maybe I should do a brown wash, the same flesh shade wash. And here's that one. So here it is with it being dry with that flesh shade. Looks real good. I'm happy with it. So that's a real good transition there. So we're gonna keep with that. Obviously, like, nails and hooves aren't painted. I'll get to that at a later stage when I decide to do like the bone and all that. So oops. But yeah, that's it for this video. This part there, obviously I've got these bad boys to paint, but this video is already getting pretty long, I think. So, and I'm just gonna do them the same way. Well, guys, thank you for watching this episode. We went through a big trial and error through painting these Night Lord skins. You know, starting with this Bugman's Glow, and then just getting it real white and pasty as the pictures show, and it just not turning out very well. And now to this finished product that we have that you can be able to see on the screen. I'm sure I'm rolling it right now, but you know, I actually really like this finished product here. It gives it that vampire-esque look, this real pasty skin, and then obviously the weird Greater Possessed with their crab clawed things. I don't know, but thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this. If you want to keep seeing more continuation of these Night Lord build, that's what I'm going to be working on. So I'm sorry I missed out on kind of the base coat and the armor part. That was real simple though, as I explained to y'all. So but yeah, I'm going to keep you tuned in for the next one. Like I said, any recommendations for the gold is much appreciated. The actual gold pigment did come in, so I am in the meantime going to start doing some tests to see if I can do some shading with either more water on a black prime surface, or maybe adding in Known oil to the wash. So we'll see, and try and get a more natural look while still using true metallic metal. So I appreciate y'all for tuning. If you can, give this video a share and like, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you did like it. So hopefully I can start updating a little bit more frequently. But yeah, this outro is already plenty long enough as it is. So I'll see you next time, and be sure to stay tuned for the next episode of the Night Lord's Build.